Hello and welcome to an RTBU Express update. I'm Emily Barker. Joining me today is State Secretary Alex Classens. Alex, thanks for coming in.
Good morning.
I understand there are some big issues for members at the moment. Can you talk me through some of them?
Yeah, look, there's a lot of changes. I mean, the government put in place their new structures for New South Wales trains and Sydney trains in July of this year. They've obviously put new logos, uniforms and new paint schemes in place. We're still struggling to understand how that actually improves customer service, but there you go. One of the examples that we quite like quoting at the moment is the fact that some of these new uniforms they've brought out, they look like Jetstar uniforms. The customers are actually not recognising those as railway staff, and they're actually going around those people and actually going up to the cleaners and asking the cleaners for timetabling advice. So not a great outcome, not a great start, but I'm sure they'll keep trying to work on that and try and improve it.
Is privatisation still a concern?
Look, absolutely. You would have saw a report on the weekend about 1 year on from franchising for the Sydney ferries, and it's the usual old story that's consistent from word from overseas about how the reality is the fares go up and the reliability goes down, and so that's what you end up with when you franchise the system. And we think rail and bus commuters actually deserve better than that. And we'll fight hard to keep them in public hands.
Sounds good. Are there any other campaigns that you're working on?
Yeah, we're working on two campaigns at the moment. One is about security. We're quite concerned that we actually believe that the amount of incidents that are on the network are actually on the increase at the moment. Graffiti's gone up, and it's fairly consistent by the fact that the transit officers are departing the system. The last of those transit officers finish in December, and we're still not anywhere near the operational strength of police officers that we were promised. So that's a campaign. The additional campaign we're running is about swab testing. We believe that in this day and age that people should actually be swab tested rather than providing urine samples, particularly for female members. It's less invasive and it's a much better way of testing people. So we'll run a pretty good campaign on that. In addition to those two campaigns, we're also starting our preparation work for our public service agreements, which are up for negotiation towards the end of this year.
So how's the union preparing for these campaigns?
So we're preparing for that by, we're doing a bit of internal work, changing the structures of the Rtbu, assisted by the ACTU. We believe that the union needs to be structured in such a way as to be able to assist the members to be able to get the good outcomes for them. We're also training our delegates and our members and activists that'll be involved in the EA negotiations. And in addition to that, we're also going to do a new thing this time, which is EA activist training, where we will send a trainer out into the networks to try and train those people so they actually understand what it is that we're actually doing and why we're doing it.
Alex, how can members get involved in these campaigns? Well,
in the first instance, the union will be surveying the members to try and make sure that we get the message right in the first place. But it is actually the members that actually own the campaign. They're the ones that are going to own the outcome. So what we're going to do is this time we're going to do things slightly differently. So we're actually going to ask them to continue to seek petitions in the workplace, survey the other members in the workplace. And so we'll have this process where they'll continue to ask for the information, have one-on-one conversations. We will also do our bit by having mass meetings, etc., when we need to do that. But the other more important thing is we're also going to ask our members and our delegates to provide us other workplace contacts to make sure that we've got that information. But even more important than all of those things is we're also going to ask people to go out and have those conversations, not only in the workplace but also out in the community, to make sure that we get the right message out there. From time to time the media doesn't always get it right. We need to make sure we've got it right and we own the outcome. And if we do that, then I think we'll be in a very good place.
Sounds good. And just finally, can you bring me up to speed on the PN negotiations?
Yeah, well, the good news about the PN negotiations, of course, is that, as you know, it was a long campaign, but the last of those agreements is currently out for a vote with the members. We anticipate that it'll be fully endorsed in the next couple of weeks. So that'll be the end of the private sector negotiations, and we can then concentrate on the public service agreements that we know are coming up.
Sounds good. Well, lovely seeing you, and we'll see you again soon.
No problem. Thank you.